We're going to go ahead now and open public hearing on SCR 15. And I do believe we have Senator Sollman here, also Councilor Carlos Cuencela Melendez, Kevin Burton, and Steve Callaway, Mayor of Steve Callaway of Hillsborough. Senator, you want to come forward?
Whoever else wants to come forward is totally fine.
Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Chair Jama, Vice Chair Bonham, members of the committee. For the record, I'm Janeen Sollman. I'm the state senator for Senate District 15, which includes areas of Forest Grove, Cornelius, Hillsborough, and the Rock Creek area in western Washington County. I come to you today in support of Senate Concurrent Resolution 15, recognizing and honoring Hector Hinojosa for his valuable contributions to the people of the state of Oregon. Hector is a valued and longtime constituent of mine, and this past October, he was honored with the Ohtli Award, the highest recognition awarded by the Mexican government to members of the community in the United States. I am honored to have Hector with us today. The word Ohtli means path or road, and through his years of service, Hector has championed a path for so many in our community. Hector and his family were founding members of two centrally critically important organizations in our community, Centro Cultural and the Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center. These are two of the key institutions providing access and services to Latino communities in Oregon. He is an active member of the League of United Latin American Citizens, or LULAC, an organization committed to the protection and advancement of the civil rights of the Latino community in the United States. I have personally witnessed Hector's community spirit in action and have been invited to join the roundtables that he hosts regularly in a local restaurant to bring together community leaders of varied and multicultural backgrounds to share a meal, conversation, and build community with one another. I have seen his heart for service in his work with Defensa de la Dignidad, raising funds for immigration court costs. Hector has a history of working to improve the lives of his fellow neighbors. He's a bright example of the spirit of community service and a testament to the notion that bridging the gap is not just a personal achievement, but a legacy that paves the way for those to come. Or in other words, Hector is someone who helps pave the path into the road, Ohtli, for others to follow. We will always advance our way through difficult and challenging waters by building community and championing the needs of those seeking positive change. Hector walks the talk, and I feel fortunate to know him. Colleagues, I urge your support of SCR 15. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. Councilor Carlos Cuencela Melendez, I think, will be here, and followed by Kevin Burton and Mayor Steve Callaway. Good afternoon.
Muy buenas tardes. Good afternoon. Chair Jama, Vice Chair Bonham, Senator Golden, Senator Manning, and Senator Thatcher. My name is Carlos Cuencela Melendez. I am the Consul General of Mexico in Portland. It is a privilege for me to be here today for the very first time at this wonderful capital that represents the best values of Oregon. And what a better occasion than to celebrate the life and contributions of an extraordinary individual, Mr. Hector Hinojosa Robles. I extend my gratitude to Senator Sollman and Representatives McLean and Valderrama for championing this well-deserved recognition or proposal for the recognition. Hector Hinojosa is not only a pillar of our community, but also a proud Mexican-American citizen whose work has left a permanent mark on Oregon. I also take this moment to salute all of you, esteemed senators and distinguished guests present today at this significant event. I see very familiar friendly faces here today. As the resolution proposal states, leaders like Don Hector, as I've affectionately called him, symbolize the power of service and community. His lifelong commitment to social justice, education, and immigrant rights has transformed countless lives across Oregon and sets an example for generations to come. Through his efforts, he has served as an essential bridge of unity between the people of Oregon and the underserved community. As has been mentioned by Senator Sollman, the governor of Mexico awarded Don Hector the Ohtli Award, our highest recognition for Mexicans living abroad who have dedicated their lives to creating opportunities for others. His leadership in founding the Centro Cultural of Washington County, strengthening the Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center, and advocating for farmers' rights, among other efforts, has had a profound and lasting impact. Thanks to his dedication and commitment, he was instrumental in establishing key institutions in the state that continue to benefit the most vulnerable populations. Beyond his professional achievements, Don Hector is a generous man with a great heart. His kindness, humility, and deep dedication to justice set him apart. Whether through his work with LULAC, Building Bridges of Understanding Initiative, or his advocacy for farm workers and families in need, he has always ensured that all voices are heard and valued. The Oregon Legislature's recognition of Don Hector is more than a symbolic gesture. It is a powerful affirmation of the values he represents as a bicultural individual: service, resilience, and the power of community. He's not just a leader, he's an active, dynamic individual with deep knowledge, sharp judgment, and a strong commitment to the well-being of others. Don Hector's dedication for decades knows no bounds. He reaches every corner of our community, breaking barriers with his wisdom and presence. I'm proud to say that one of the greatest personalities I have known during my tenure as Consul of Mexico in Portland is to have met Don Hector, listening to his perspective and enjoying his warm presence and profound insight. With his optimism, good humor, and deep commitment to the community, Don Hector is a magnet attracting people from all backgrounds and cultures. No matter where he is, at our consulate, on video calls, at baseball games, or at the multicultural places in Portland where every week he gathers around a table with dozens of people from different political backgrounds, races, and beliefs, he has the unique ability to bring people together, fostering unity and understanding. Today, I would like to acknowledge for you to consider this wise and meaningful proposal for recognition. We don't only celebrate Mr. Hinojosa's professional achievements, but also acknowledge the profound impact of his work in strengthening our communities and fostering collaborations among diverse groups. Individuals like Don Hector unite us, inspire us, and even unite nations, especially in these challenging, very challenging times, setting an example for all of us. Thank you to all of you once again for the opportunity to be here today and to honor a man whose dedication has made Oregon a stronger, more inclusive, and more just state for all. Thank you very much. Muchas gracias.
Thank you, Councilor. Mayor Callaway.
Thank you. Chair Jama, Vice Chair Bonham, Senator Golden, Senator Manning, and Senator Thatcher. My name is Steve Callaway, and I live in Hillsborough, and thank you for the opportunity to testify before you today in favor of Senate Concurrent Resolution 15. Governor Tom McCall said heroes are not giant statues framed against a red sky. They are people who say, this is my community, and it is my responsibility to make it better. I've always loved this quote from Governor McCall, and his words explain why I consider Hector Hinojosa to be a hero of Hillsborough, Washington County, and the state of Oregon. Hector's lifelong commitment to the betterment of our community began when the Hinojosa Robles families migrated from Texas to Hillsborough, after which he and his family joined with several other families to create Centro Cultural and later the Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center. Since then, he has continued to be an integral leader and supporter of these two institutions and the impact of Centro and Virginia Garcia on the health, quality of life, sense of belonging, education on several generations of Latinos and immigrants is immeasurable. Hector has made the community better. As an advocate for community rights, a voice for those in the margins, and a guiding light for those who are trying to find their way on new and unfamiliar paths, and as a resource for those learning how to function in unfamiliar systems, Hector has made the community better. Through his advisory and leadership roles at the University of Oregon and the Oregon State University, Hector has made the community better. Through his work and involvement with LULAC and building bridges, he has made our community better. Now, the city of Hillsborough holds the beautiful distinction of being the most diverse large city in the state of Oregon. We're the only city in the top 10 of population with more than 40% people of color. In fact, figures from the most recent 2020 census put us at 45.8%. But sometimes diversity can lead to division, especially in stressful and uncertain times. But Hector's work has created community such that during my recently completed 2 terms as Hillsborough's mayor, we dealt with issues such as the pandemic, closing down of businesses, sanctuary city issues, economic uncertainty, inflation, George Floyd's murder, public protests and demonstrations, ICE raids, increased homelessness, the impact of Measure 110, and more. And yet we stayed as a community together. We had hard conversations, made difficult decisions, and trusted and supported one another for the betterment of our community. And because of the sense of community that Hector had already helped contribute and put in place. Now, in Hillsborough, the Cultural Arts Center is named in honor of Glenn and Viola Walters, a wonderful and generous couple whose financial contribution made the Cultural Arts Center possible. But Hector told me once that the center is also a gift from the Latino community to the people of Hillsborough because so many Latinos worked in the fields and greenhouses that helped create the wealth that made the Walters gift possible. Their generosity wasn't possible without the work behind the scenes. And in the same way, I've realized that what so many of us in Hillsborough and Washington County and our beloved state of Oregon enjoy and benefit from, and even at times are credited with, is due to those who've worked and toiled in the background. They worked not for recognition or acknowledgement or a statue against a red sky, but for the betterment of our community. So thank you for giving this resolution a hearing and giving Hector well-deserved honor and recognition for his work of betterment. And Hector, thank you for being a real-life hero. And lastly, happy birthday to the state of Oregon. Although it's 2 days early, we know that that's coming right around the corner. And so happy birthday to our beloved and wonderful state. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Callaway. Mr. Barton.
Yes, good afternoon, Chair Jama, Vice Chair Bonham, members of the committee. Thank you for allowing me to be here, and thank you for letting me testify virtually. My name is Kevin Barton. I'm the District Attorney for Washington County, and I'm here also to express my strong support for Hector Hinojosa Robles and for Senate Concurrent Resolution 15. Hector is an asset, of course, not only to the Latino community, but to all Oregonians. And as you've heard from other testifiers, he has dedicated his life to service and civil rights and has a proven track record of accomplishments. In my vantage point as the district attorney, I've had the opportunity not only to observe the results and the fruits of his labor, but also to interact directly with him. And I consider him to be a good friend of mine. I routinely interact with Hector, go to him with issues. I'm available to him when he has issues from the community. I was just in a meeting with him yesterday as we were talking about our Building Bridges of Understanding initiative. And I think it's no mistake that it's very apparent that there are so many people coming forward and expressing stories and showing gratitude for the good work that Hector has done. The broad and diverse support for Hector reminds me of the expression that you can judge a person by the company they keep. And the fact that Hector has so many people here supporting him, I think is a testament to the man that he is and the legacy that he has built. Central Cultural, Virginia Garcia Memorial Health Center, the Washington County Cultural Center, LULAC, League of United Latin American Citizens, Building Bridges of Understanding. These are the formal organizations that he's either founded or dedicated his time and energy and expertise into building and maintaining. But there's also so many things happening behind the scenes that don't get the recognition. The conversations with community members, the phone calls after hours where he's raising legitimate issues that need to be addressed. In short, Hector is a tireless community advocate. He's willing to get involved, willing to volunteer his time and expertise, and willing to tackle difficult issues. When my phone rings and I see the name Hector on the caller ID, I know that it's always a call that I should take and a call that will make our community better. And that's why I'm so happy to be here to express my strong support for this resolution honoring my friend Hector. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Barton. Questions for the panel? Seeing none, thank you so much. Appreciate you coming forward today. I'm going to go ahead now and close public hearing in SCR 15 and open work session on SCR 15. Is there a motion?
Chair Jama, I move SCR 15 to the floor with a be adopted recommendation.
Vice Chair Bona moves SCR 15 to be moved to the floor with due pass recommendation. Is there a discussion? First of all, I want to really congratulate Mr. Hector. Hector, you're incredible and amazing, and thank you so much everything that you have done for our community, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Any additional comments? Seeing none, can we get the roll call, please?
Senator Golden?
Aye.
Senator Manning?
Vote aye.
Senator Thatcher?
Aye.
Vice Chair Bonham?
Aye.
Chair Jama?
Chair Chama votes aye, motion passes, and Senator Sollman will be the carrier. Thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead now and open a public